Hello, and we're going to start our video today for making little houses for Refugee Week. I came up with the idea for making these when I was asked to do something with the theme for refugees, because I thought, well, home, it's just something that you can't imagine what it would be like to have to leave your home and your family maybe and come to a country where it's a different culture and just completely alien, and then have to, and some of them are decorated with words of peace and love and positivity, because we should welcome everybody into our communities and show everybody love and friendship. And then I've put a little candle in so that the houses are warm, giving them a warm feeling as well. So at night time they glow warm. So I'll start with showing you how to make these houses. They're all different ones. This one is a little house with the roof this way on and a yellow door, and I've decorated it with a cat there and a tree, and there's a little dog there because I would really like that. I would like a house with a little cat and a dog as well. So it's all things that you would imagine in your own house, things that you would like. So what we need to start with is a piece of plain paper, and we're going to do a lot of measuring, so you'll need a ruler and a pencil. So what we're going to aim for is something like this. This is the shape that we will aim for, and that shape will make this sort of house with the roof pitched this way on, and then this way, that pattern will make a roof with this pitch like this. So if you get your piece of paper and your ruler, and we'll start. So we're going to divide the piece of paper up into 4 main sections for the 4 walls of the house, and each section is going to be 7 centimetres. So go to the bottom of your page and mark along in 7 centimetre sections. So we're going to go 7, make a little mark, 14, make a little mark, 21, make a little mark, and 28, make a little mark. And then if you go to the top of the page and do the same, so we'll mark again 7, 14, 21, 28. So that's sections of 7 centimetre. If you can see those, I've marked along the bottom. And then I'm going to draw some lines to join them up. You'll have about 1 centimetre at one end, which will be the tab that will join them together. So we're going to draw the lines across to join your lines up together. So it's quite important to get it accurate at this stage. So you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 sections and a little bit at the end. I don't know if you can see that. So like this. So you've got your 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to measure 10 centimetres up, and that is for the height of the walls on the house. So that's this bit. So we're going to measure up to here, which is 10 centimetres, which will be the top of the wall. So if you mark on 10 centimetres on one end, and then 10 centimetres on the other end, and then put your ruler across and join those up, and it makes sure it's nice and straight because you've measured it at both ends. So draw a line across there. I'll press on a bit so you can see it better. So you've ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. Maths isn't my strong point. So you've ended up dividing your paper up like this. So if you want, you can write on it so you know which is which if I show you, the camera's showing you the wrong way round, it's mirror image. So, but if you just write front, side, back and side in the sections, then you'll know where you are. So front, side, back and then side. And you know which bit's which. So I'm sorry it's mirror image, I can't work out how to do it. So then you go into the middle line. So we're going to work out the roof for your house. So we're going to do this one with a pointy roof like this. So what we need to do on the first section that you've written front, you've got your 7 centimetres, you need to mark on half of that, so that's 3.5. So we're going to mark on 3.5. So we do that on the front, and then you miss the side section, and then on the back we're going to mark 3.5 again, like that. So you've got your halfway mark there and your halfway mark there. And we're going to make the roof 4 centimetres. So 4 centimetres from here to here. So you've got your centre bit, so you're going to mark 4 centimetres to the top and 4 centimetres to the top. So we've got our sections like this. So we've got 8 sections. We've got the little bit at the end that's going to be a tab for joining them, and we're marking on the centre here. So I think it's, can't see, there and there, or is it there and there? So now we've got that, we're going to make a triangle shape, which will be the roof shape. So I'm going to draw a line from the little place that you've marked on to the corner. So that's like that. So you've got a triangle in the middle, like this. So now we're going to do a triangle at the back of the house as well. So again, you go to your halfway mark, which is 3.5 centimetres, and then you're going to measure to the 4 centimetre point, so you get another triangle, which will be the back of the house. And I'm pressing on quite hard so you can see. So you should have something that looks a bit like that. So, as you can see, that will be the front and the back like this. So what we're going to do now is we are going to mark on the end bit, which will be the tab to fasten them together. So we'll just do a little line across here and a little line across here. is there. So that's that bit here, which will be how we'll glue the house together when we've cut it out. Can you see that? So some of the lines we'll be cutting out and some of them we'll be scoring. So I'll find this one. So this is one that I drew out earlier. So the scored lines are the ones that are the dotted lines. So we're going to make some dotted lines on this that we've made here. So the dotted lines, I'm just going to rub out so we know that they're the score lines. Because we don't want to cut those, because otherwise your house will fall down and we don't want that. So, I don't know if you can see that some of them are score lines now instead of cut lines. And we're going to rub out the line in the middle here, that one, because we don't want to cut that one out. So we're going to rub that one out along there. So let's rub that one out. Now, I don't know if you've got cutting knives or if you've got scissors, but you can use either for doing this. So we'll rub that middle line out. So what we're going to do is cut along here, up here, down here, along here, up here and down here. So you can either do it with your scissors or with a knife. So I'll do it with scissors because I think most of you will probably have scissors rather than knives. So we'll have a go with the scissors. So I've got the scissors and it's just, so I'm going to cut up that little tab bit there and that's the score line. So I'm going to go along here, up to the point and that down. Side, the back of the house, down the roof again, and along the side, there. So you end up with that shape. And now you can see the dotted lines. What we're going to do is score those so that we can fold. So when I say score, I mean, it's like with your scissors, if you might need to get an adult to help with this. So you put your ruler up to the score line and then just drag the scissor like that along it. And what that does, it means that it folds nicely, look. So you get a nice fold. I'm going to do that all along the score lines with the scissors. Don't press too hard, otherwise you'll go all the way through and it'll fall apart. So it's just medium pressure onto the paper. And then the last one is the one next to the little flap that will join it all together. So then it will fold nicely like this. And you can see it's beginning to look like a house. So you can see that when you join that onto the flap, you've got your little house there. So that's the beginnings of the house. So what we're going to do now is put it flat again and rub out all the pencil lines that you've drawn on it. So get your rubber, just cut that little bit off there, the corner there. So get your rubber, I've got one on the end of my pencil, and just rub away all those pencil lines because we don't need those now. And you can be thinking about where you want windows and doors on your little house. There. So that's the little house. I'm going to use the side without the pencil on it. There's some little bits remaining on it, so we're going to use this side now. That will. And we can mark on our windows and doors and where we want those to be on our little house. So I'm going to have, this is going to be the front of my house. So I'm going to start with the front of the house and decide where I want to put windows. What you can do, I mean, if you've got a picture of a house, which I've got a picture here, so you can actually make it the same as a house. So this is a house, and it's got the door here, and it's just got 2 windows, which was the easiest to do. So that's actually that little house there. So you can see I've tried to make it the same. I've got the fancy bit along here, along the gable. I think that's what it's called. And the door I've tried to make the same. So what we'll do a house with just 2 windows and a door at the front, because that's probably the easiest to do. But if you wanted to put more windows on, you can put as many as you want. You can actually make it taller if you want. You can do a block of flats. That's a taller one that I did. So you can make the house taller if you want. So we'll put that house down there, and we'll decide where to put our door. So what you need to do is you need to mark about 1 centimetre in so that it's not too near the fold. So from the bottom, mark 1 centimetre in, and we'll make the door 1.5 centimetres. So that takes you up to there. And then I think it will be, let's measure this one. We'll make it about 4, we'll make it 4 centimetres tall. So if you mark your door 4 centimetres. And what I found is it's better, the first one that I did, I just cut it straight down to the bottom. But if you leave a little bit at the bottom, it makes it more sturdy. So we're going to leave about 0.5 centimetre at the bottom, which would be like a doorstep, I suppose. So mark that on. And then the top of the door, you could make the door rounded, or you can make it straight across. We'll just do it straight across because we can make it easier for cutting out. Too straight. Let's rub that bit out. So it's like a long rectangle. Can you see there? And that'll be your door. So we could make the windows about the same height as the door. So you can draw a line across from there and then draw a square for the window. And the window doesn't want to be as low as the door, so leave about 1 centimetre at the bottom there. And that's a window. Where are we? There. So that's a window marked on. And then we'll make the next window. We'll do the next window above that one. So follow the line of that one. Making another rectangle for the window. So that's that one. Can you see? So we've got 2 windows and the door. But, so we're going to cut out the windows, but with the door we don't want to cut it all out because we want to leave the door there. So we're going to make a score line down one side of the door. So I'll choose that side. So that's just a dotted line. So we're going to just score along there and cut that so that the door will open. And then we can decide what else we want to put on, whether we want windows. So we perhaps want windows at the back of the house as well. So you can decide where you want the windows at the back. So that one's got 2 up there. And that one's got 2. So I think we'll put 2 windows at the back. So just draw a rectangle again for your windows. It's a good idea to put them all in line. What I'll do, I'll scan these in, the ones that I've drawn out. When we've finished, I'll scan them in and then post them on the Artcore page, so that if you wanted to, you can just print these out. If you're looking to have a printer, you can print these out and cut them out. So I'll put our little windows in. There, so we've got 2 windows at the back, and we've got the door and the 2 windows there. So we can decide, do we want any windows at the side of the house? So that one's got some at the side as well, look. So you can also use black paper if you want. If you use black paper, then you would use a white pencil to decorate it so you can see it. So I think we'll cut out these that we've got here for now, and then if you wanted to cut out more later, you can cut them out before we decorate them next week. So what I'll do, I'll cut out with scissors, because I think that's probably what most of you will have. So I think the door's going to be the hardest to cut out. You just have to make a little hole to start with, and then snip into the corners of your windows. So you're making like little triangles, and that should make it easier to cut out. If you've got a knife, you'll do it a lot more accurately. But I thought I'll show you that it can be done with scissors. One bit. I'll bend that bit there. Another bit. So you can do it with scissors. I wasn't sure because this is the first time I've done it with the scissors, so yes, it's possible to do it with scissors. So there you've got a little window. So I'm going to use the knife because I'm happier using a knife. So just a craft knife, and if you're using a knife, be careful you don't cut your ruler when you're cutting them. So I'll slice it along there, and along there. So you get a cleaner edge when you use the knife. So with the door, we're not going to cut the whole lot out. So we're going to go down to that little step, and then we're going to just score. So if you've got a knife, just do it really lightly down the dotted line. So just score down there. Cut across the top of the door. And then the bottom, leaving your little step, your door step. There. And you can push it out, and there's the door. So, like that. And then we'll go to the windows at the back. Cut along the bottom of them. And then on the top. It will be more fiddly with scissors, but it can be done. That's that one. So that's the windows. But you could put as many windows as you want, spend as long as you want putting windows in. So what we're going to do now is stick it to the fancy paper. So you've got like a nice patterned wallpapered inside of the house. So we're going to stick it to that. So what we need to do, so fold the door so that's out of the way. Fancy paper. I've got this nice Chinese paper. I'm going to stick it to the house. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to just draw around it. So I'm going to go like this, so that we've got the shape of the house. And then we can cut that out. And the door, I need to put the door on that. So if you're using wrapping paper or any fancy paper, you can do the same. Just mark on the bits that you're going to cut out. Just got a bit of pencil on there. So I've marked onto the fancy paper. Can you see that? There. And so I'm going to cut that now. So, get the scissors. And it will also make your house a bit stronger by putting an extra layer of paper on. I'm going to cut the windows out as well. Cut that little bit off. let's use 2 different types of paper just to make it more interesting, but you can just use one piece if you want, if you've got a bigger piece of paper. So again, we're just cutting out the squares. And it should match up with the one because we've just traced it from it. And we need to cut the whole of the door out because we're not going to have wallpaper on the back of the door. Not forgetting to leave a little step bit. So, windows. One window come out. 2. And the door. Right, so if you've all got your glue ready, so that's now cut out to match this one. So we're going to stick this here, and then you've got beautiful wallpaper in your house. Let's get some glue. I've just got PVA glue. To get it so it matches. Yes, it matches. So just check that it matches. And then I'm going to put some glue. Don't put too much. But get it into the corners. Stick that onto there. And that's beautiful wallpaper now. Press it down. And you can see that's the inside. You could use that as the outside of the house if you want and decorate the inside with furniture. So we just need to do the other side. So let's get my paper on again. I'm just going to trace around it. So this is at the back of the house. I've got a bit of a contrast here. Put the windows in. So I've just traced around that bit. So you can see the lines on there. So that matches up with that part of the house. So cut it out now. So I'll use the scissors for the outside. Again, you can use the scissors for the windows as well. If you're having trouble following this because I've been going too fast, then you will be able to copy these, which I'll put on the Artcore Facebook page. So then I'm going to cut the windows out here. Top and the bottom. The most fun part about this is when you're actually decorating the outsides of the houses. You put all sorts of things onto those, so we'll do that next week. And then if you've got your little tea light, we can light them all up too. But don't use a candle tea light because it's paper and that would be really, really dangerous. You need a little battery one. Like this, if you can get hold of one of those. That's those those two windows. So now, make sure I'm doing it right. Yes. To make sure you get it the right way around. So I'll glue that onto there now. So I'm going to put some glue to the white bit. I'll put the pattern for you to copy with the different style of roof as well. And if you wanted to do all the roofs, you can actually do it so it's filled in. So that roof fits to there. So you could do the whole lot and do a filled in one if you want to be clever. Right, I'll stick this onto here. This is very fancy wallpaper. But it makes your house nice and cheerful inside. So that's there. So that's the inside of the house. And then you've got the door here. So what we will do next week is we'll stick it together, but before we do that, we need to decorate them. So I'm just going to fold it along the folds that we've already made. So you can see where the walls end. So along the score lines that you made, I'm just folding it again with the other paper inside. Just run your finger along it. So you can see that when we stick it together, that'll be your little house. And you've got the door here. So, but we're not going to stick it together yet because we need it flat for doing all the decorations on it next week. So what you can do is think about how you would like to decorate the house and whether you want to make a house with a roof like this or a roof like this. And whether you want to use black. If you've used black paper or coloured paper, it's probably you can use a white pencil. If you get a white pencil, then you can do all your patterns and things. I'll show you that one close up. See, I've done all the markings on it with a white pencil. So if you've done a coloured house or a black house, you might need to use the white. Well, you will on the black colour. And on this I've just used a black pen to mark on the details, and you can think about what you would like to decorate it with, and I'll show you how to do the brickwork and the size and all the details that bring it to life. So I'll put a little dog on there. I really like a little dog. This is me imagining things. That's like a little dog and a little cat there. And then on this one, it's all mirror image, so you won't be able to read it. So in different languages, it says things like safe and peace. And I've got the peace symbol on it here, and the peace lily. So you can choose whatever languages you want to decorate the house. And then on this one, I put some little birds on that one, and you can see. So you just need, for next week, you'll need coloured pencils or crayons, any sort of crayons, and a black pen or a white pencil. And I'll show you how to stick the house, the rest of the house together. And then we put the little tea light in it to light it up, but it's too bright I think here, so I don't know if you can see that one. And then at night time they light up. So what I'll do now, I'll go and scan these images in for you. So if you have had trouble following me, because it's all been mirror image, you can copy these out and cut them out and make your houses ready for next week. and then we'll start the decorating. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to check out Refugee Week this week on the website. There's Refugee Week website and Facebook page. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.